Hey, my YouTube brothers from Other Mothers. It's Andy from Sutton. How are you? Just wanted to give you a quick layout update. I guess you could call it a mid-January 2021 update, and what I've been up to on the railroad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just kind of show you the progress in which I made. So let me back up from the famous campground that's in pretty good shape right now. I mean, I've added a vehicle here, a vehicle there, a couple little touch-ups here and there, but if you could be here in person, it's pretty sharp. It's coming together, and got a camper down that end with the wood. You've seen this before. Got the people in the water, the boats in the water, some stairs, another trailer right here with the family coming back from fishing, or the old man and the kid coming back. You know, looks like Woodland Scenics commercial. I get it. Over here, I added a white work van. I thought that was fitting. I got two trailers here, as you can see. And but I like that white work van, and I kind of parked it in the grass like the guy lives there. He's home for the night, having a beer at the picnic table. I think that's pretty cool. And the trailer here. But anyways, making some headway, and I'm going to take it from down here. Well, I did kind of add a fresh coat of the bottled water from Woodland Scenics that's pre-mixed all along this edge here, just to doll that up, kind of freshen it up now that I'm out of that area. And I was doing some water stuff here, and it didn't quite work out, so I ballasted that. So this is going to be, probably put some tufts in there, some weeds or ground cover in there. Ultimately, fix up that ballast edge with the light there. So did that. Did the water along the edge, which I really like because I kind of know a lot of areas up here in Massachusetts that have that. But here we go. So along to the wall, the infamous wall, I'll start high, then I'll double back low. I got the lichen that I liken that lichen, and I got that in the delivery finally, so I kind of brought that along the top. So if you could just kind of look at the top of the wall into the stone, I brought it along, tried to make it crawl up here, hang over there, and it helps break up the crime of that barren stone look. I will be adding some ground cover when I'm done. You know, just kind of hit it with some earth, some soil, kind of rough up some of those surfaces a little, and some colors. But I kind of wanted to get this stuff done before I get the stains and the cover in there, the light turf. So that is in there. Then we bring it down the end. Then I'll double back to the lighthouse, to the powerhouse. Over here, I'm reaching out, ballasted the main lines. Actually, let me go back. That's the new ballast I'm using. I brought it all the way over here. This is that Scenics Express ballast. I'm not a salesman for them, but it is so much easier to use. It stays where you put it. So I ballasted all three of these main lines. Well, I'm sorry, two main lines and a yard lead. And then up against, I just put some soil in there. Scenic Express earth, I think they call it. Kind of to fill that in because there's really not a lot of area between that outside main line and the wall. So anyways, brought that around, and then over into here, I'll go to the tracks and I'll come back. You can see that I kind of faded in the new color with the old color, and it looks pretty good. I've seen this a lot of places where, they do a stretch of track up here in New England. They're infamous. CSX is infamous for doing one area and then picking up and leaving. Not going the whole stretch. They'll do a mile here, 2 miles here, whatever. So I'm happy with the main lines coming together. Then up back, along the wall, I just added some talus, some very heavy talus, and some light talus in there. Because again, it's not really an area I can do all that much with. But it looks good. Now on the wall, I'm still going to add some colors also, maybe a billboard here, there, and some other plant ideas that I have. I added a flagpole, an illuminated flagpole, by the way, just to break up this field, because I don't want the entire railroad to be overpopulated, like, you know, my downtown or my container area. Down here, I did water. I did underbrush all along the edges with the wood pieces that I like. I painted the plywood sub base with that murky color. Oh, I'm sorry, olive drab, I think it was. Then I kind of tinted the water a little bit. So it looks a little muddy, not so pristine, but it works because, you know, they're cutting their way through the swamp here. Over here, I also surrounded the building with this earth undercoat that I have bought from Scenic Express. And that kind of brings that building into there. And then over here, I also did the water thing again. I know maybe I get a little carried away with putting the wood in, but it looks good. And I still got some ideas, put some tufts in there or, you know, what have you. But I think the more I get into the layout, I want to start doing less is more. I read an article about that, you know, and it's just kind of nice to see areas that aren't so overly done over the top. So there you go, my guys. No trains running tonight because I kind of wanted to show you what's going on. And I also want to show you my next step is up top. I'm going to start to take the upper level up. I got the background buildings stuck to the wall. The power plant is in there. The lights are off tonight. Brought these guys all around. And it looks pretty good because, I mean, I have a window right here. So it's going to work out when I get the backdrop painted. I'm going to do that custom painting gig. So if you can imagine, I'm going to ballast those two main lines. That's my next step over this weekend. And then I may add a third track along as a spur. And then I will ballast that and I will do the ground cover, and then I'll get in touch with Mr. Long Shadows Bob there, put some more trees and bring that in. And I think what I'm going to do is through the winter months here, because Massachusetts is just not letting up with the lockdowns. Actually, we're back where we were a long time ago. I'm going to work this upper edge for the rest of the winter, which shouldn't be too hard. Just a lot of cleaning, ground cover, ballast, and maybe put a controlled siding in there, at least a couple manual switches on one end or another. And then this is the other end. I don't know if I've ever shown you guys this. It's where the two main lines loop around the room, and then that inside main line is actually a reverse loop to reverse the trains, but it's way too short. That was a mistake I made because the trains I've been running will just come around and hit each other. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and stay safe, kids. And that's all I got. Thanks. Candle time. Dogs are outside.